Hi traders, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here from Traders Academy Club, and welcome to the weekly markets review for the week starting on 21st to 26th of January 2018. We can sense that this week was a money involved week. A lot of money is coming back from the holidays, from the end of the year vacations, and putting inside, preparing the levels, and we can feel that. But as many pairs and many trading instruments are approaching to critical levels, that means the big money is getting inside, is preparing the positions, building up the futures, building up the options where the big money will be involved, and that means the coming period is going to be very interesting on several weeks forward. This week I am going to cover, in this review, I will cover the Forex market, the commodities, which provide amazing opportunities, and also the cryptocurrencies market, which from my point of view is, well, the best market maybe to trade nowadays. Not the best in terms of the stability and reliability, the best in terms of the volatility and the potential returns. Nothing is better than Forex, that's my point of view, and I think this is the safest place for traders. But in terms of volatility and reliability, nothing can beat cryptocurrencies currently. For small risks, the potential rewards are scary in some ways. We are talking about not 1 to 2, we are talking about 1 to 10, 1 to 20 that happens right away. It's pretty unbelievable. So I will cover one of the main currencies there. So let's begin. The first one on the play is the pound dollar, which is creating here a great candle pattern, which is a special combination. We have a green candle pattern, then inner candle which doesn't break a high or the low, and then we have a red candle pattern which is false breaking the previous high of the green candle. That's a very good combination. Add to that the fact that we have bearish divergence between these two highs on the moving averages and on the RSI. Add to that the fact that we are talking here about the psychological zone of the 140, and add to that the fact that we have statistical confirmation that 18 and 19, basically the end of this week, could start and lead for a possible bearish correction. Now we have to pay attention to, we have also the beginning of the next month as critical level. So what could happen here is some money stealing, some money erasing before we crash, and that could still climb towards the 140, 141 zone. If it does that, it will go through the end of this month, and by the beginning of the next month it's going to hit and hit hard. So in order to start looking for the sells, since we already have the divergence here and the confirmation between these spikes, we need to go below this area right here, break below that, provide the idea of lower lows being created, then looking forward toward the two waves retraces, and then we are looking for a sell opportunity. The next pair on my list is the euro dollar, which is amazing. And why so? Because we are talking here about fourth spot on this monsterly psychological zone, as you can see, that was holding and dancing many times in the past. This is a monster trend line, a bearish divergence developing here on all the main indicators. A special cycle is forming. So the zone of 124, 125, I've been talking about it for a while now, is going to be very, very, very critical. However, the pair already is providing some kind of bearish signs, and we are talking about the action zones that prepare us for, let's say, money switch between the bulls and the bears. That looks simply stunning here, and the daily also provides the confirmation that 19s is a potential monster. If it doesn't hold here, we are going through 28 and the first, the end of the month and the beginning of next month to be the possible reversals. So from my point of view, we should get ready for sells. It's going to happen right from here, or climb a bit higher and then prepare us a pretty serious down move that I suspect could happen and take us through, let's say, April, May, maybe somewhere by the summertime. New Zealand dollar is another great opportunity which I find on my list, and this is a beautiful range here, right? We are approaching to the top of it, which means currently from the current zone up to the level of 0.74 or 0.75, we should be looking for possible sell opportunities. One of them is lying down right here. If we manage to go below this area, since we had one false break right on here and one second false break is on this place, if we manage to get here lower lows and provide a bearish convergence by creating a new low on the MACD, that would be a great call to start looking for two waves retraces and a crash to the downside. This is a triple cycle by itself, which we can start looking to trade to the middle of it, so that could provide some very nice risk reward opportunities. Aussie Kiwi is another great opportunity from my point of view. The reason for that is that this pair had triple cycle down, double cycle up here. Triple cycle up, double cycle down. Beautiful bullish divergence here on that place. And if we manage to break below this low and start climbing for higher levels, that will be simply stunning call to start looking for retraces and a buy opportunity, aiming again the zone of 113, maybe to start the journey towards the 118 zone. So we can see that looking here on this monster engulfing that was right on the 12th of the month, which is also very, very powerful zone of the statistics. And of course, look where it bounced from, right from the action zone pointed out by the crystal ball, providing us an amazing call here. So the way to look to trade that, it will be basically, as I said, break above this high, or the alternative would be if we get triple cycle here, we should get double cycle to the downside, break of this area, and look for buys. Another alternative that could happen in that case would be if it will start to provide some kind of alternative range, which we'll be looking to buy the bottoms of it, expecting new high. The view will remain bullish while this bottom here would actually hold and survive. The next one I have on my list is a CAD versus the franc, another pair that I am looking for long-term buys here. This is a triple. This was a double cycle down, which could turn to be a kind of range here. This is going to be a very critical area, if not here then 0.74. So the zone of 0.76, then 0.75, 0.74 zone, that's where we are looking for our possible buys. I want to pay our attention here, guys, to the fact we are moving from Bollinger through Bollinger. It's pretty much straight. This is a critical zones where we could expect looking for the buys. If we take a look here on the statistics, you can figure out immediately that we are approaching to the next critical zone. 23, 24, 27, all are very, very powerful days. So we should start looking for the buy opportunities on the mentioned levels here on the action zones. And the way to do that will be start looking for higher highs to be created on lower time frames, two waves retraces, and breakout. It could happen on this area, higher highs, breakouts of the trend line. That's the idea, the main idea to join inside. Silver is dancing around that daily range. I expect it to reach this area right on the top. So from my point of view, what we are looking for is two waves retraces and buy. The way to do that would be to drop the lower time frames, figure out that we are currently in a rally of the triple cycle here. We have one, most likely another one, back to the action zones. It could hold this area, or it could go and take us back to the 1650 area approximately, where from we are going to look for our next buys to happen. Oil is a monster. The idea with oil is very simple. Look at this daily chart. Besides being an amazing triple cycle here, it's also hitting the 261, a full extension of a triple or special cycle. That's simply amazing if you ask my point of view. We have a divergence there, which turns to be a fake volume, right? Most likely, which looks like a bullish convergence on the top of the trend. That's normally identifying a fake situation of money flow. If we look on the 4-hour chart, we had a beautiful false break right on that place, followed by a beautiful breakout of the last low. So we would want to see these top holds and to look and provide us the sell opportunities. We should be looking for the action zones to trade with. We have currently action zone right here. Next one is on the top here, which could also be the top of the range. Two waves retrace to the upside, breakout, and we are into sells. The expectations from that would be basically take us back to this zone right here or the middle. So a lot down, potential down move to go with. That looks very, very interesting. And the Bitcoin. The reason I'm showing the Bitcoin is not because this is the sexiest, cryptocurrencies. The answer is no, it's not, especially with lagging technology compared to the new technologies we have around. But with all the respect, this is still the Bitcoin. And the reason I show that because we saw that what happens to Bitcoin to the downside might happen to the rest as well. To the upside, they are not corresponding necessarily, but to the downside they did, and they might be, because the Bitcoin is still the face of the cryptocurrencies market. And the reason I show you that is because looking on the previous trend line, we can figure out that we have a potential zone of right here, expansion of a full expansion to the 100, and that could happen. Okay, we could still reach this area in order to become bullish. So I would be very careful with go long big time right now. I think it would be much smarter to see that first of all breaking this trend line, then looking for pullbacks, and then go for long-term buys, because it could easily find a top here somewhere and start another push to the downside, taking us to 8,500 or 7,500 levels, back to the trend line before any continuation up. And if we look on the 4-hour chart, we have two barriers here, 1 and 2. These levels could be psychological barriers. We can see the bounce, right? There was a crash on the previous week, as you remember, or if you weren't around, you should remember now. That was a pretty serious crash there, and basically it all happened because China was putting their own limits on mining and on withdrawing and banning account, etc, etc. South Korea is following the same. They start to understand that maybe it's not so easy as they want. They are talking about postponing and so on. The bottom line is the sensitivity is there. Many banks are still trying to avoid, prevent, save, you name it. From my point of view, it's not too smart, but you know, you try to avoid a revolution, normally just postpone the revolution day, that's all. Anyway, currently I would be very careful here for serious buys that easily could turn to be this kind of situation for one more low, as I suggested before we are going and running to the upside. And the reason I am showing the Bitcoin, as I said, is simply because if it does begin the move down, continues the move down, that could be affected on the rest of the major pairs there, like the Ethereum dollar, like the Litecoin, like the Neo, like the Dash, like Monero, etc. It could go and simply affect on the top list. And also Ripple, of course, which is one of my favorites, as you might know already. So be very careful here with setting up, let's say, big money investment. Definitely enjoy the volatility during the day trading, simply because this is the hottest market currently per day. The opportunities it provides are simply amazing. And I invite you to join the Traders Academy Club if you are still not a member in our family and our club. I invite you to join us and enjoy with us, trade with us day by day, Forex, commodities, indices, stocks, stocks and CFDs, and of course the crypto market currencies, short-term trading, long-term trading, and investment all together in one place. So once again, thank you very much for your time watching this video. Your comments and your feedback will be more than welcome. I really would appreciate if you can help me and my club get exposed. Share that with anyone who you believe it can be beneficial and helpful too. I'm very, very grateful and thankful if you can leave your comment below this video, hit the like button. It helps us a lot. And thank you for your time, thank you for your help, and I hope to see you inside the Traders Academy Club and be able to assist you further. And those of you who are members in the Academy, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on next Monday with more opportunities to come and more profits to be made. Thanks for your time. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov, Traders Academy Club.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate your time. We invite you to join the #1 ranked trading club online, the Traders Academy Club, and to start trading like a real professional. Our students make amazing returns, and you can do too. Let your successful trading journey begin. Join Traders Academy Club using the link below this video now.